with me recently is I've been trying to spend more time being present, like not in necessarily like the like I meditate every single day, but just being more aware of what I'm doing and trying to obviously improve myself, and
Yeah.
specifically improve like my family time. Because like you said, when you have a kid, so my son is almost two,
Uh-huh.
changes everything. Not necessarily the way that you think, like like you mentioned, like not the way that, like you have to work more and all that stuff, but just your priorities change a little bit. And so everyone always has different priorities, and it's all about perspective. And so one of the things that I realized, and my wife realized, was that obviously I work a lot. I have my smartphone. I'm looking at my stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
like even during family time, my phone buzzes. I look and I have a message from my team, and I reply, and it just my time wasn't that great. So one of the things that I did was my phone. I dropped it last weekend, and it broke. And it broke, and I went and I got a new phone, and I actually got a flip phone.
Hey, I've been
Look at
considering doing
that.
the same thing, man. I've been,
Really? I was gonna
yeah,
say. So, I'm probably gonna make my. I told my wife I think I'm gonna stick with it for at least 3 months. Then I'm gonna see at three
okay.
months what I want to do. But I've been doing it for a week, and it's funny because number one, I like that was the first thing I noticed was like my time with my family and my time almost doing everything was kind of more. I was more present, and I was like,
Sure.
look, I'm in my office. I sit in this chair like 12 hours a day. Like I'm always at my computer. I don't need my phone for work. And I want
Mhm.
my phone just to be a phone. And
Yeah.
another thing too, that's like a small thing that I never really thought about. For some reason, it's much more fun to answer a phone call on a flip phone. Maybe that's a novelty that'll wear off. But
I think it's our age, man. I don't think younger kids will understand that. It's something about the
well, and then the other thing too is what's it called? Like the texting, like T9 or whatever.
yeah.
So I remember I used to text with these things like under my desk, like at
Yep.
school, and I'd sit there and I'd
Yeah.
be texting like,
You can
and
text
I
without
look,
looking.
yeah, without looking, and now I can't even text with looking. I'm like, how does this make any sense? So but it's just been, it's an interesting thing because that's something. There's another book called Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport, and
Ooh,
Cal Newport about like deep work, so like being focused and working on what's most important. And but he wrote a book that was called Digital Minimalism, which is just about how smartphones have kind of they're designed to keep us distracted, to keep us like always. There's always something that we have to be aware of, and so I got this specifically because I wanted to be more present. I wanted my phone to be only for phone calls, and it's been fun so
mm,
far. And like I said, man, it's really just it's kind of cool. I figured I thought you might appreciate that because
I like that.
there's some people out there that would probably like they would say, why would you get a flip phone? Like
Yeah.
that seems weird. And I was like, hey, I want my phone to do my phone calls, and I want to keep everything else elsewhere. I have a tablet for reading and for entertainment, and uh, like that's my educational device, and then I have my computer for work, and everything has a purpose. So cool.
I like that a lot. The biggest thing for me, I think, would probably be like banking. That would be the hardest for me to overcome.
Did you say baking?
Banking.
Oh, bake like on your phone, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
You
I
know,
bank a lot on my phone. Like I transfer money here and there, and I scan for the credit, for like the payments thing. What is it,
yeah,
the Apple Pay or whatever? I feel
yeah.
like I'm old. I feel like, what is this thing on?
Oh, dude, it's there was like I remember the first day I loved it. Second day I was like, okay. Yesterday, well, I was like, oh, I'm kind of thinking I might want my iPhone back because there was like a couple
Uh,
things like there was like an app or like I'm taking a picture with it and the picture looks like
nope,
it's from like 10 years ago where it's like on a little screen. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look that great.
that's
Um,
weird.
but it's yeah, definitely the things. Banking is one. What else do I like? I think the like honestly, the reason I was gonna buy like one of the new iPhones, I wanted that new iPhone just because I wanted the really nice camera, you know.
Yeah,
And if I spent $500 on like an actual camera, I could probably get a lot better quality. So
yeah.
I don't know. I have to do more research into it, but it's just interesting. It's when you start to realize like what actually is important. So like there's a few things that I have noticed that like I do miss, but 90% of the apps that I had, I don't.
Yeah.
And the second thing is also when you pull up your phone and you realize you're looking at it and you don't even know why you're looking at it. But on this thing, there's like nothing to do. So
Yeah.
I open it and I'm just looking at the time and I'm like, why am I looking at my phone? And I put it back down. And so
Yeah.
it gives you kind of that awareness about how much time you take. Because I
Dude,
tried to be.
let, let's put together like a 75-day hard for phones. Let's do that.
Oh gosh, dude, make it the flip phones. What else? I'm trying to think like what you know what I miss? I miss the Envies that actually had a little keyboard though. I miss
Oh
those
yeah, those
ones
were
that had
sweet.
that you could
I
flip
miss the
open.
Blackberries. The Blackberries were awesome. I
Yeah,
was
so
thinking about going
iPhone.
to a Blackberry.
I heard somebody got a BlackBerry like just the other day. I don't remember, it was on some podcast, but it was I didn't know they were. I thought they were barely still around. I mean, smartphones are awesome, but the thing is that it's a tool, right? So you have to. I honestly, I don't want to like Kanye West is. I think he had a quote somewhere that was like, "Your phone is a tool. You can use it to do all this cool stuff. Like it's a tool that you can use to do what you want to do. But it is a tool. Like imagine if I had a hammer in my hand and I was walking around with a hammer like this all day, like looking down at my hammer, and that it kind of is just it's just interesting to try to evaluate and see what can help us to once again become better and also just the like the perspective that it gives us because once you start doing it you notice things that you didn't necessarily notice before.
Well, that and
So
also just societal influence from the things that you read on Facebook because your Facebook feed's different than mine. So if yours it has a bunch of toxic stuff all over it and murder and violence and all this other stuff and fights back and forth and controversy, that's all you're putting into your brain. That's all you're digesting all day from the time that you wake up in the morning till you go to bed. What do you think your brain is going to be wanting to see more of or direct itself towards? Like if you're just consuming toxic things like that, your brain's just going to be toxic,
yeah.
right? So I
Well,
like the digital diet there.
well, yeah, we'll see. And now I'm kind of mad that I actually said the 3 months because now I can't wuss out. And I have now see I have you to hold me accountable. So there's a accountability talk that we can get to next time. Um, but yeah, it's really just it's similar. You were talking about the people you surround yourself with. It's the same. I mean, that's what social media is. The people you surround yourself with, the
Absolutely.
people that you're reading from,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of negativity right now out in the world, and but there is also a lot of positives, and for some reason, the majority of people and like the media and a lot of people seem to like focusing on the negatives. And by doing that with if you have a smart device or if you do have a smartphone, obviously being aware of that and being able to control it as much as possible is going to be huge. Because if you surround yourself with more people like you, more people like Grant Cardone with his crazy energy, and people that inspire you and people that educate you, then you're going to see that every single day, and it's just going to have a compounding effect on your life. So that's it, man.